Chapter 16. Direct and Indirect Speech. A sentence is indirect speech when the words of the speaker are placed within quotation marks and separated from the rest of the sentence. Meera said to Anshul, "I got a chance to perform with Ayan." When what somebody said is reported with some changes, the sentence is in reported or indirect speech. Meera told Anshul that she had got a chance to perform with Ayan. It is important to know how to change the speech as it helps in communicating better while speaking and writing. Hina said to Mariam, "I have been selected to perform at the centenary function." Hina told Mariam that she had been selected to perform at the function. In the above sentence, the word said is the reporting verb. When the reporting verb is in the past tense, these changes are made to the words within the quotation marks. Change in tenses. Verbs in the present tense are changed to past tense. Nina said to Priya, "You are not driving carefully." Nina told Priya that she was not driving carefully. Verbs in the simple past tense are changed to past perfect tense. Babu said to Winnie, "You played a wonderful innings." Babu told Winnie that he had played a wonderful innings. Verbs in the past continuous tense are changed to past perfect continuous tense. Geeta said to Shilpa, "I was working for them at that time." Geeta told Shilpa that she had been working for them at that time. Sentences in the future tense have the verbs will or shall in them. Will changes to would. Shall changes to would in statements. It changes to should in interrogative sentence. Ritu said to Himanshu, "I will go to the church on Sunday." Ritu told Himanshu that she would go to the church on Sunday. Dean said to Sam, "I shall try this project." Dean told Sam that he would try this project. Changes in pronouns. Read these sentences carefully and see how the pronouns change while changing the speech. He said to Meeta, "I am getting late." He told Meeta that he was getting late. She said to him, "You will help me." She told him that he would help her. They said, "We are not ready." They said that they were not ready. He said to me, "You are very efficient." He told me that I am very efficient. I said to them, "You are invited." I told them that they were invited. We said to her, "This is our car." We told her that that was our car. He said, "It is mine." He said that it was his. I said to you, "This book is mine." I told you that the book was mine. Changing the speech of interrogative sentences. There are two types of questions: yes or no answer questions. These begin with modals, can, could, will, would, shall, should. Forms of be, am, is, are, was. Forms of have, has, have, had. Forms of do, does, did. WH family questions. These begin with WH. What, when, where, why, who, whom, whose and how. The baby of the WH family. Changing yes-no answer questions into reported speech. Keep these points in mind while changing the speech. The conjunction that is not used. Instead of that, the word if is used. The reporting verb is asked or inquired of. The order of the words in the question has to be changed. The verbs do, does and did are mostly dropped, but the tense of the verb is changed according to these verbs. The punctuation mark at the end of sentence in reported speech is a full stop and not a question mark. So kill the question in direct speech by changing the order of the words before reporting it. These changes are made while changing the speech from direct to indirect. Direct speech, indirect speech. Examples. Puneet said to his wife, "Is it raining?" Puneet asked his wife if it was raining. Direct speech. Meenal said to the shop assistant, "Do you have dresses for formal occasions?" Reported speech. Meena asked the shop assistant if they had dresses for formal occasions. Direct speech. She said to him, "Did you put the clothes in the machine to wash?" Reported speech. She asked him if he had put the clothes in the machine to wash. Direct speech. He said to her, "Did you ever fly a plane?" Reported speech. He asked her if she had ever flown a plane. Direct speech. Abhimanyu said to Shalu, "Will you return my book?" Reported speech. Abhimanyu asked Shalu if she would return his book. Direct speech. The angry man said to the boy, "Did you break the window pane of my house?" Reported speech. The angry man asked the boy if he had broken the window of his house. Direct speech. The music teacher said to his students, "Can you sing a bit louder?" Reported speech. The music teacher asked his students if they could sing a bit louder. Direct speech. Birbal said to Akbar, "Shall we take a walk in the garden?" Reported speech. Birbal asked Akbar if they should take a walk in the garden. Direct speech. Suman said to Sunita, "Am I taller than you?" Reported speech. Suman asked Sumita if she was taller than her. Changing the speech of WH family questions from direct to indirect. While changing the speech, the key word to be used is the WH word only. Examples: the teacher said to me, "What's your name?" The teacher asked me what my name was. He said to me, "Where are you going?" He asked me where I was going. They said to us, "When will you reach?" They asked us when we would reach. Himani said to Abhay, "Why did you put it there?" Himani asked Abhay why he had put it there. He said to Srishti, "How do you operate this machine?" He asked Srishti how she operated that machine. She said to Ibrahim, "Who ate all the cookies?" She asked Ibrahim who had eaten all the cookies. "How do you do?" Neelam said to Kunika. Neelam asked Kunika how she was. Changing the speech of imperative sentences from direct to indirect. Read these sentences carefully and observe how these have been changed. He said to her, "Please keep these ornaments in the cupboard." He requested her to keep those ornaments in the cupboard. Shilpa said to Pramod, "Kindly speak softly in the ward." Shilpa requested Pramod to speak softly in the ward. Sentences that express requests generally have the words please or kindly. While changing these sentences to reported speech, please and kindly are dropped and the reporting verb requested is used. Examples: Hina said to Raghvi, "Sit down in your place." Hina commanded Raghvi to sit down in her place. The commander said to the soldiers, "Fire." The commander ordered the soldiers to fire. Sally said to her friend, "Post this letter." Sally ordered her friend to post that letter. Moksh said to Asha, "Do not write in the margin." Moksh suggested Asha not to write in the margin. The doctor said to the patient, "Take this medicine on time." The doctor advised the patient to take that medicine on time. Imperative sentences express orders or commands. The conjunction to is used while changing these sentences into reported speech. When the imperative sentence begins with do not, the word do is deleted and not is placed before to. The reporting verbs that can be used while changing such sentences are command, advise, order, persuade, urge, remind, instruct, beg, warn. Changing the speech of exclamatory sentences from direct to indirect. Exclamatory sentences begin with what or how or have a word that expresses strong emotion like wow, hooray, alas, bravo, etc. Examples: He said, "What an amazing movie it is." She said, "How brilliant the child is." The coach said, "Hooray, we have won the match." While changing the exclamatory sentences into reported speech, the reporting verb is exclaimed followed by the conjunction that. If the emotion behind the words is obvious, then phrases like with joy, with sorrow, with regret, with surprise can be written. The words expressing strong emotion are deleted. The exclamatory sentence is changed into a statement and then the speech is changed. Examples: He said, "What an amazing movie it is." The word what is deleted. If we change the sentence into a statement, it is an amazing movie. He exclaimed with joy that it was an amazing movie. She said, "How brilliant the child is." Delete how and the exclamation mark. She said, "The child is brilliant." She exclaimed that the child was brilliant. The coach said, "Hooray, we have won the match." The coach exclaimed with joy that they had won the match. The old lady wailed, "Alas, I have lost everything." The old lady exclaimed with sorrow that she had lost everything. Pratap said to his son, "May God grant you all your wishes." Pratap wished that God might grant all his son's wishes. The student said, "Good afternoon, ma'am." The student said, "Good afternoon, ma'am." The students respectfully wished ma'am good afternoon. He said, "Oh, that I were free." He wished that he had been free. Neha said to him, Would that you were here at that time. Shikha wished that he had been there at that time. Change the speech of sentences in which the reporting verb is in the present tense or future tense. In such sentences, the tense of the verb within the quotation marks remains unchanged. Examples: he will say to her, "How can I help you?" He will ask her how he can help her. Shefali's mother often says to her, "When will you learn to organize your work?" Shefali's mother often asks her when she will learn to organize her work. Pramod says, "I am planning to buy a car." Pramod says that he is planning to buy a car. Manmeet says to Nisha, "I'm always right." Manmeet tells Nisha that she is always right. Devain often says to Rani, "You were dreadful when you joined the office." Devain often tells Rani that she was dreadful when she joined. Changing sentences into reported speech into direct speech. Remember these points while changing the speech from reported to direct. The verbs like told, asked, commanded, exclaimed have to be changed to said. The words of the speaker have to be placed within quotation marks. The words of the speaker have to be separated from the rest of the words by a comma. The first letter of the first word within the quotation marks must begin with a capital letter. The punctuation mark at the end of the words of the speaker must be within the quotation marks. Examples: he asked her where she was going. He said to her, "Where are you going?" Sushmita exclaimed with joy that she had won. Sushmita said, "Hooray, I have won." Prerna urged Manya to write neatly. Prerna said to Manya, "Write neatly." If there is a break in the words of the speaker, then the sentence is written in the following way. She politely requested them to switch off their mobile phones. "Please," she said to them, "switch off your mobile phones." Verbs, nouns, adjectives, adverbs.